whenever you're ready.
What's up, y'all? Danny here with Brooke. Another episode, Confidently Flawed, here to drop some knowledge on you for your health, your wellness, your fitness, whatever that means to you. And we decided we wanted to talk about a topic that all of us are experiencing or have relatively frequently for the most part. And it was something that we actually talked about a couple episodes ago where, we were talking about, holding weight on the midsection and how stress impacts that. And so we decided, like, why don't we talk about stress and what that means and everything there. And Brooke, I know you're a big advocate of stress and stress reduction and helping people, kind of overcome that. And I know you and your personal story, you're dealing with that on a daily basis of, overcoming life's obstacles and the things thrown at you and all of that. So, I'd love to hear kind of your perspective on stress and maybe from things that have worked for you and things that people can kind of learn from you from.
Yeah, I think that stress is a very under discussed topic when we talk about weight loss, when we talk about health goals, because while yes, I think everyone acknowledges that we are just a stressed out culture. I mean, we just are. We're constantly living in fight or flight mode. We're obsessed with our cell phones. Like we're go, go, go. We're not slow paced like we used to be, like our ancestors were. We weren't designed to be this busy. We weren't designed to be this stressed out. And even though we acknowledge that we're a stressed out society, we don't tend to focus on how stress impacts our health. And I think that stress is one of the biggest reasons why people don't lose weight or why they gain weight. I think stress is one of the biggest reasons why we are so unhealthy, why people are getting sicknesses and illnesses and cancer and diseases. And I'm not here, please don't spoil my words and saying or twist my words and saying that like stress causes cancer. But I do believe that stress is a factor in potentially getting cancer down the road or heart disease or any sort of, autoimmune issue. Like stress that we put on the body is just so intense, and stress comes from so many different realms, right? We think stress of like, oh, I'm stressed out that I have to go to work and come home and take care of the kids. Like, yes, that is a common stress, but like we have to talk about other stressors in life. What are other stressors in life? We've got, toxins that we live, are we're surrounded with. We've got bath and body candles and plugins and lotions and, ingredients that we're putting on our skin, our makeup that's toxic, that is stressing out the body. We've got, toxic air. There's pollution in the air that we're smelling in the homes. There's a reason why air purifiers make a huge difference on mental health. Like we are constantly being stressed. And then we can talk about our food and how food is stressing us out. There's a lot of really bad ingredients in the foods that we're eating, and that's adding stress to our body. So while yes, the standard, oh, I'm stressed about, all of my daily tasks, that is a stress. But that's not the only stress we have. There's so many other stressors that we have. So taking all of that in one and seeing all the stress that we have, there's a lot. It's overwhelming. And imagine how you like your body is overwhelmed. And with that, when your body is working so hard constantly to fight off these stressors, it only makes sense that your body can't give all it can to help you lose weight or to help you, gain muscle, because it's so focused on fighting off these stressors. And so one of my biggest suggestions, if you are struggling, or especially if you feel like you are someone, and I know, Danny, I'm sure you hear this all the time, is I'm doing all the right things, right? I'm eating exactly what you're telling me to eat. I am showing up and doing all the workouts that you told me I needed to do. I am exercising. I'm getting my 10,000 steps in. I mean, you name it. I'm sure listening, you're like nodding your head, like, yes, I feel that. If you have ever felt that way and you're like, I don't understand why I'm not seeing any changes, I challenge you to look at your stressors. Look at your day-to-day stressors. Look at how much you're on your cell phone. Every time you pick up your cell phone, it adds stress to your body. It's wild, and sometimes we don't even realize it, but like looking at your phone, right, like messes with your cortisol. It adds stress, right? Watching TV adds stress. Not sleeping good at nighttime adds stress. Toxins that you put on your body or in your food adds stress. Toxins in the air add stress. So my biggest suggestion to you, if you are feeling like you're stuck or if you're feeling like you're doing all the right things, look at your stress levels and try to reduce them. Try to look for cleaner products in your home. Try to eliminate foods that are toxic to you. Try to, keep your eye on toxic ingredients. Try to make sure you aren't lighting candles that are super toxic or putting those wall plugins that are super toxic. Like, one second, my dog's scratching at my door. Ella, you're not supposed to scratch, honey. Okay, sorry. Actually, I'm gonna shut this. Okay. So being mindful of all the toxic things in our home and in our lives, you will be amazed that if we can try to remove even just one of those, you will slowly see a huge difference in your stress levels. And in return, when stress levels go down, when we cook bacon in our house, this is what happens.
I can't even hear it.
You can't hear our fire. Oh, our
Oh,
fire
now I
alarms are
can.
going off.
Now I can.
And that's
I
why
hear
my
like
dog was,
intermittent.
yeah, that's why my dog was freaking out.
Yeah.
She shakes. So sorry. One second. You're all right. That's no, no, you're fine. I'm literally right here. Sorry, they just went off again. Ours, we literally could cook. I mean, anytime there is any sort of smoke, our fire alarms go off. It's like wild.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
Sorry. The worst part is I was like mid talk, so you can't even take it over right now. Okay. Um, So yeah, you will be amazed at what reducing toxic load to your body will help reduce your stress. And then we go back to the obvious triggers of just general stress in your life, like feeling like you're so busy, feeling like you have all the things. What, aside from removing toxic things, can you do to reduce stress? Actually, stress relieving techniques like taking a bath, grounding, going for walks, exercising, meditating, praying, listening to soothing.
Better open a window.
He's got them all open and all the doors, and he's over there waving the smoke alarm down.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Oh my gosh, you should see my dog. I don't think he's shaking. Shaking. As these go off, I'm gonna wrap up and give it to you so it doesn't go in case it goes off again.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, listening to calm music, really just working to actually make a calm environment naturally, as we all know, will reduce the stress. Getting massages, having, mommy time, daddy time, where you're just relaxing, that will also help. So my biggest suggestions to reducing stress, the obvious stress calming techniques that we all know, but then also removing all the toxins from our life. And that also includes toxic people.
Good old toxic people. It's the whole crabs in a bucket, right? Like they pull you down every time you start doing something well. So yeah, it's stress is huge. It's in my opinion, it's one of the most detrimental things to our health in our society today because of all the stuff you talked about, right? The environmental stresses, the internal stresses that we put on ourselves. Like it's just this stockpiling over and over. I got a coffee cup next to me. It's like, your body is like this, and it doesn't take in good stress versus bad stress. It just takes in stress. So your nervous system and hormonal system just get overloaded and it gets overflowing, the cup analogy. and then you're screwed, right? So when it comes to your weight loss and things like that, or body composition, or just overall health in general, until you work on strategies to limit your stress, it's going to be very hard to get the goals or reach the level of your health that you're looking for. And Brooke, to your point, we have had that conversation a million times over with people of like, I'm doing everything and I'm still not getting where I need to be. And not everybody, there is some people that maybe just aren't quite doing everything they need to be or whatever it is. But a lot of times, a lot of those people are very stressed, whether it's their job, whether it's stress they're putting on themselves, like overworking out, or having coffee on an empty stomach, right? Or doing all these things that are adding stress to their hormones and their nervous system, it just becomes very difficult. So, even if you just keep it simple, and I'm not saying you need to go get another job or you need to, you know, whatever. I don't even want to put a bunch of stuff out there, and then you're like, "Oh, Danny said to do this." I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So, but what I will say is, if you can find one strategy or one thing that you can do either daily or weekly that just takes your mind off of it and it's more positive in nature, like exercising or like reading your favorite book at night, or listening to your favorite song, or watching comedy, or something that's just going to, or have lunch with a friend, right? It doesn't matter if you can do something to just get your mind away from the everyday stress and just do something fun or enjoyable for you on a daily basis in a small increment, or on a weekly basis that you can look forward to, that will at least just help to alleviate it. And then jot down all the things that you think would cause stress to your body, and see if, like, do an audit every month. Like, what's one thing I can change on this list to maybe limit the stress that I'm having, or not have as much of it, or it's not hurting me as bad, and just try to dig away at that checklist and, like, all right, let me cut some of these things out or change some of these things, and see if that helps you along with the daily or weekly habit. And you'll just start to find your stress will still be there, but it won't harm you as much. It won't be as detrimental. So, with that said, is, we're not saying that you need to be stress free the rest of your life. Stress is good. Stress is there for a reason. If you're doing something worthwhile in your life or you have responsibilities, you're going to have stress. That is just part of it. But if you can limit some of the ones that maybe aren't as necessary, or do things to manage it and just have a plan, just like you'd have a weight loss plan, right? I'm going to eat well. I'm going to eat under my calories. I'm going to strength train. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be held accountable, right? I'm going to do the things that we know and have been proven to work for weight loss. Well, we can do the same things for our stress. It's a lot of times we just keep staying in that fight or flight mode and staying in our head, and we don't do anything about it. We just deal with it instead of having an actual plan to attack it. And if you can do that, you will start to see a big difference in your health, in your well-being, and in your weight loss and body composition, muscle building goals. So, do you want to hit anything else? Do you want to just
No, no.
okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So if you are somebody that deals with stress all the time, hopefully you got some value from this. Hopefully this was helpful. Or if you have a family or a loved one that maybe is in that situation, pass this along to them, help them out, and just keep spreading the word of good health, well-being, and we will keep doing the same and providing the golden nuggets to help you live your healthiest and happiest life. And until next time, we will see you on a Confidently Flawed podcast episode.